The teacher who made me feel bad already passed away, and may she rest in peace. Because if she is still here, but of course she has retired by then, I will tell her again and again, from my first grade to my 6th grade, and my team would go for a contest, we will always lose. And my batch, who is now in the US, she's a nurse. 3 of them are nurses. 2 are engineers. 1 is a lawyer. Another is a medical doctor. And I stayed here in the Philippines for the love of the family and for the Filipino people. So sabi nila lagi when they come home, you know, Marge, if you're with us in the US, you would have made a big sum amount of money. And you would have a big house. You would be driving Lexus. Or maybe how many BMWs have you got already? And then I would say, all of those things are nothing when you don't do anything that is meaningful for you and for others. So going back to that sentro and bundok, Lilibet, bundok ba yung school mo? The boys in her school, I would give that as an example. At some point in her math class, I was on break, and I saw the boys having their numbers on the board, and the teacher was in front, and I was in the central office and looking at how the boys look like. Boys without slippers, boys with slippers pero gutay-gutay na, and those bags na putol na yung kabila, yung t-shirt na nakadungdungrit, hindi sapay nagdigos, things like those. You see them here, you see them also in the South. So imagine ninyo, ikaw taga-sentro, yung taga-bundok mang magpe-perform. They went through all the mechanics, tama lahat. Pero since they don't look guwapo, and they don't look malinis, and their dresses are not of fashion, so they lose. Tama? Wait, you agree? Yes! Di na doon makasangsangit na na po. I'm speaking from experience because the experiences are the best teachers. So what happens? Judgment-wise, since ako'y taga-sentro, mananalo yung taga-sentro. Poor boys and girls from the mountains, they lose because they're judged to be not only dungrit, but you already have judged them that they don't have the right to exist. Today, your theme, pakiulit nga yung theme nyo. Gusto nyo ng pagbabago, pues kayo mag-umpisa. Ang mga bata ngayon, if they don't feel accepted, lalo na sa senior high school, this is a warning for everyone. One son of a friend yesterday just killed himself. Why? The teacher talked to him a day before he died. He hung himself kahapon. The teacher talked to him and asked what's the problem. And the boy just said, I'm okay, ma'am. Then that's it. He wasn't okay. In his writing book, the past 2 weeks, he said, this world is becoming smaller and I don't belong. This world is so selfish that they don't see what I need, what we need. Kanino niya ina-address yon? In the first place sa teacher and of course sa adults around him. Only to find out the reason why he hung himself is he felt he wasn't accepted. It's important no matter how busy you are, my dear teachers na may mga asawa at anak, students na adults or teenagers in class, you have to talk to them. Kahit among us, hindi ba? I don't know dito ma'am sa Ilocos Sur kung meron ba tayong mga suicidal tendencies ng mga guro. For the information of the good ambassador here in the South, very high suicidal tendencies. You have heard last year the teacher who hanged herself, right? Oh, yung iba yes, yung iba hindi. Meaning hindi ka nagbabasa ng dyaryo. Or sa Facebook lang tumitingin. Kung ano yung nag-pop up na news, yun lang. Meron namang online na Philippine Star at saka, what's this? Daily Tribune kaya. Or even in Daily Inquirer. The other teacher early this year, what did he do? He killed himself by just putting the gun on his head. Why? Sasabihin niyo, bakit naman? Ang ganda kayang mabuhay. Depression. Again, balik tayo. They don't feel accepted. No one cares to listen. Listening is a skill as teachers. Do you? Kasi nakakatuwa naman pag kahit ngayon pala, okay pa rin sa mga bata yung, okay class, open your book on page 21. Lesson, subject, and predicate. English yun. Doon sa kabila naman, buksan ang aklat sa pahina 18 o 18. Tingnan kung alin dyan ang panlapi at simuno at panaguri. Tapos, anong gagawin ni teacher? Hawak niya cellphone. Nakikipag-chat sa asawa niyang seaman. Pagkatapos, natapos na ng mga bata, ano nang ginawa? Nagtusukan ng lapis o ng ballpen. So, sino may kasalanan? Pag dumating ang magulang, sasabihin, itong batang to. But if you are a good and conscientious teacher, you would say, my apologies, it was my fault. Ikaw. Sa mga batang guro ngayon, lalo na sa mga unang taon pa lang, you have to think some more whether or not you will go and move forward as teachers for the rest of your lives or not. Because teaching is not merely a profession, it is a vocation and a mission. Kung wala yun sa inyong mula ulo hanggang talampakan, kung wala yun sa inyong consciousness, then think about it. Because I would be the first person ever to discourage you not to go on, because the Generation Z, tawag na sa mga bata ngayon ay Generation Z. This is the generation of kids in the cyber world, where they know everything more than us. My third grade apo, who is in a public school, I was surprised when at some point one morning, she sent me a message on the messenger saying, Lola, I heard you are going somewhere. Could you get me this gadget? So she sent me a picture. You know what it was? It was just the Bluetooth headphone. And those who use that are the adults. And she's a third grader and she wants to have it. Maybe for the richy and beachy people, they have that. But for a girl who is studying in a public school telling me to get that, that is something. So I further asked, apay nga kaya't mo data, since she doesn't speak Ilocano, but she speaks Tagalog. Sinagot niya ako sa Tagalog. Sabi niya, kasi nakita ko po yan dun sa internet, and it looked like mas modern po siya kaysa dun sa mas manipis. So nandun na siya sa specifications nung gadget, at ako, na mas matanda sa kanya, I was still looking at the shape and the size it would give her on her ears. Why am I saying that? The Generation Z is not only the generation that is out there in the cyber world, but it is the anxious generation. Marami sa inyo dito, you belong already to the anxious generation. Punong-puno ng anxiety. Ngiti Ilocano ti anxiety? Ha? Anong Ilocano ng anxiety? Madandanagan nga kang kanayon, kinhan nga mono niya to braan na. Numapan, unuhaan, no backward, no forward. What causes the anxiety? The Harvard University School of Medicine has done a research on this. And same thing in the University of Hong Kong College of Psychology, and they have the same results. Why? The anxiety. This is brought about by the longer exposure of searching and searching what you want from Google. Lahat na lang kay Google nagtatanong. So hindi na nagtatanong kay nanang o kay tatang o kay lola o kay lolo. Si Google yung tinatanong. Ano kayang pwede nating tanungan kay Google ngayon? I'm sure you would say, kaano yan nga sumardang deta nga sa unga-sao. These, my friends, are realities which you teachers are confronted every single day. You cannot deny the fact that you are also challenged, right? Ngingiti-ngiti kayo, hindi ko alam kung tama ba yung sinasabi ko. Or you agree, or you're trying to look at your phone and ask Google about it. Papasok ka sa school, ready sa lesson plan. Pagdating sa school, yung estudyante mo, sabihin niya, "Teacher, I feel like vomiting." Senior high school yan, ha? Let's say, grade 10. The student would say, the girl would say, "I feel like vomiting," pero nag-vomit na sa harapan mo. Anong ginawa mo? Dinala mo sa clinic, iniwanan mo. Hindi mo tinanong what's happening with her. The following day, the mom came and said, "Ma'am, nag-complain yung bata, hindi mo man lang inasikaso." So the girl will say to the mother, "Tama na po, uwi na po tayo." At home, she didn't talk about what she was feeling. But the teacher was quiet, trying to decipher what's wrong. Pero hindi siya nagsalita. 1 week, di na pumasok. 2 weeks, hindi na rin pumasok. Anong guess niyong nangyari?
Baka buntis.
Buntis. Teenage pregnancy. At ang ating National Youth Commission Secretary, or if we call him commissioner, said in the papers and during the interviews, kailangan daw para walang mabuntis ay paghiwalayin ang classroom ng lalaki at babae. Itaas ang kamay ang nag-agree.
Wala.
Meron o OMG. Paano na lang ngayon yung DepEd order on inclusion? Paano na lang yung mga binablabla ng mga supervisors on inclusive education? Matraining nila sa Boracay, matraining nila sa Batanes. Saan ba sila nag-training, ma'am? Mga training nila sa Dakak. Bigla na lang ganon kasi paghiwalayin yung boys and girls, buwang.
Nabuwang na.
But all these things are happening. Why? Because of the influx of information that we get from the cyber world. So we teach our students, my dear teachers, to be critically thinkers and critically prepared in whatever circumstances. Bago ako pumunta dito, I asked Chrysaline on our way because we took the bus from Manila to here and then I'll leave you after 2 hours. Sabi ko, if you're a teacher, because she's a graduate of BS Elementary, and passed the board, but she works in my office. So I asked her, if you're the teacher, and you will listen to my talk, and I would ask you any suggestion on what you want me to talk about? She just smiled and said, Happy Teacher's Day na lang po. So from there, I would say, Happy Teacher's Day and Happy World Teacher's Day. And please bear in mind, you are not just a teacher for nothing. You are meant to make people great and make those boys and girls dream bigger. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Your presence coupled with your encouraging words made this event more meaningful. At this point, let us acknowledge the presence of our governor, the Honorable Ryan Luis V. Simpson.
Welcome, Governor, to our World Teachers' Day celebration at the SDO of Ilocos Sur. At this juncture, we would like to award this plaque of recognition to Dr. Margarita Ballesteros for her unwavering dedication, support and commitment towards quality education, and for inspiring teachers during the 2019 World Teachers' Day celebration. Given this 4th day of October 2019, during the celebration of the World Teachers' Day, Quirino Stadium, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Signed, Arnel C. Doctolero, PhD, Officer in Charge, Office of the Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. George M. Renante, CSEE, CEO 6, CSO 5, signed Schools Division Superintendent. May we request our dear SDS, ASDS, to please award this plaque of recognition. Sirs.
Again, thank you, Dr. Margarita Ballesteros. Mangiyak-iyak po kami, tumawa, ngumiti, and we truly been inspired by your words.
Indeed, Christian, there comes